Have you ever gotten so angry at someone that you said something in the heat of the moment, and later thought, I really shouldn't have said that? Anger is a completely normal human emotion, but knowing how to manage it instead of reacting to it can be a real challenge. In this video, we're going to break down the psychology behind anger and explore some practical, science-backed techniques that can help you handle it better. Let's get started. What actually happens when you get angry? Anger is one of our basic emotions. When your brain senses a threat, whether it's physical or emotional, like an insult, unfair treatment, rejection, or disappointment, your body can shift into a fight-or-flight response. During this response, adrenaline and other stress chemicals are released. Your heart rate can increase, your muscles become tense, your attention becomes focused on the perceived threat, and your ability to think through the situation calmly can become harder. One important part of the brain involved in detecting threats is the amygdala. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, which helps with planning, decision-making, and impulse control, may have a harder time regulating your reaction when you're highly emotional. That's why, when you're extremely angry, you might say something you wouldn't normally say. And later, when you've calmed down, you might think, why did I say that? Here's the important part. Feeling angry isn't the problem. What you do with that anger is what matters. What really causes anger? A lot of people think anger comes directly from other people's actions. Someone does something, and we get angry. But there's often more going on underneath. 1. Unmet expectations. You expect someone to behave a certain way. When they don't, you may feel disappointed, frustrated, or angry. For example, I thought they would respect me. When that expectation isn't met, anger can follow. 2. Feeling a loss of control. When you feel like you have no control over a situation, anger can become a way of trying to regain a sense of control. This is especially common when something feels unfair or unpredictable. 3. Hurt or fear. Sometimes anger is actually covering up another emotion. Underneath the anger, there may be hurt, fear, embarrassment, insecurity, or disappointment. Anger can sometimes feel easier to express than vulnerability. 4. Stress and exhaustion. Ever notice that you're more easily irritated when you're exhausted or stressed? That's not a coincidence. When you're already under stress, your emotional reactions can become stronger, and even small problems may feel much bigger. That's when people often say, I have a short fuse today. 6. Practical techniques to manage anger. Now let's get to the part that actually matters. How can you manage anger before it takes control of you? Technique 1. Pause before you react. When you feel anger rising, don't immediately respond. Give yourself a few seconds. Take a slow, deep breath. Step away if you need to. This short pause gives your brain a chance to move away from an automatic reaction and toward a more thoughtful response. Sometimes, a few seconds of silence can prevent minutes, or even hours, of regret. Technique 2. Name the emotion. Instead of simply thinking, I'm angry, try getting more specific. I'm feeling disrespected. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. I'm feeling hurt. This is known as affect labeling, putting your feelings into words. Research suggests that labeling emotions can help reduce emotional intensity and improve regulation. In other words, name the feeling instead of becoming the feeling. Technique 3. Move your body. Anger can come with a strong physical response. Your heart may be racing. Your muscles may be tense. You may feel restless. Instead of immediately arguing, try taking a walk, stretching, or doing some physical activity. Even stepping away and moving your body for a few minutes can give you time to calm down and reset. Technique 4. Reframe the situation. This one can be incredibly powerful. Instead of immediately thinking, They did that just to disrespect me. Ask yourself, is there another possible explanation? Maybe they misunderstood you. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe you don't have the full story. You don't have to excuse bad behavior. You're simply giving yourself a chance to look at the situation from another perspective. Technique 5. Identify your triggers. Pay attention to what repeatedly makes you angry. Is it being interrupted? Feeling ignored? Criticism? Traffic? Certain people? Lack of sleep? Work stress? Write these triggers down. Over time, you may start noticing patterns. And once you know your triggers, you can prepare for them instead of being caught off guard. Technique 6. Use I statements. Instead of saying, "You always do this," try saying, "I feel frustrated when this happens." Instead of, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel ignored when I don't get a chance to explain myself." I statements focus on your experience instead of attacking the other person. That can make conversations more productive and reduce defensiveness. Managing anger in the long term. These techniques can help in the moment. But if you want better emotional control over the long term, your daily habits matter too. Get enough sleep. Poor sleep can make it harder to regulate emotions and deal with stress. Practice mindfulness. Regular mindfulness or meditation practice may help improve emotional regulation and reduce reactivity to stressful situations. Get professional help when you need it. If anger is frequent, intense, difficult to control, or damaging your relationships or daily life, talking to a qualified mental health professional can be a smart step. Getting help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a way of learning better tools. Remember, anger isn't your enemy. It's a signal. It may be telling you that something feels unfair, threatening, hurtful, or important to you. The goal isn't to never feel angry. The goal is to understand your anger, control your reaction, and express it in a healthier way. Because you can't always control what happens to you, but you can learn to control what you do next. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more psychology and self-improvement content. And let me know in the comments, what situations make you the most angry?